Hello folks, my name is Dan Hayes and I'm running for mayor of Orange Beach, Alabama. I'm not a politician, nor have I ever wanted to be. I have a small remodeling business that I cover Orange Beach, Gulf Shores. So I'm out among the public all the time, listening to what they have to say, kind of getting a feel for the pulse of the community. I decided to run for mayor because of the public outcry for change. I hear people that are tired of the way the politics have been going in this town. Some people are totally happy, some people are terribly upset. So I thought that I would give them a choice to actually make a change. As mayor, I will always give the citizens a voice, let them feel like they have a place in city government, can come and tell how they feel about the way things are going in town, come up with new ideas that we will listen to and can actually work with and work on to make changes. I have people approaching me with new ideas all the time. For our roads, for our infrastructure, and with this, I would like to set up a true citizens advisory board that will actually listen to the people of Orange Beach, because there's a lot of smart people here in town and they have a lot of great ideas, and it's something that the city and the council and the mayor can all work with and work on to use those ideas and actually act on them. Would like to offer transparency to the city of Orange Beach by way of using the city's website and let people know exactly where their money is going, being spent on projects. You know, it's not just out there, and a lot of times we hear about things after they're done, and we need to actually let people know what we are doing with the money before it actually gets spent. Had a lot of people excited about a new beach. You know, we've talked about a new beach, city beach in town, just for the residents, and it's generated a lot of excitement. I know that it's been mentioned before in the city council meeting. Yeah, we've been working on it for 4 years, but actually, if you go back to the city town hall meeting last fall, Mayor Kennan says we're not even considering a city beach. So I don't know how that works, but anyway, I appreciate your time. I am looking forward to being your mayor. So thank you.
All right, Mr. Hayes, one of the challenges faced by many of our local businesses is finding and maintaining adequate staffing to operate their business year-round. The challenge is complex and changes throughout the year based on the tourist seasons, but a large part of the challenge appears to be due to a lack of educational and training opportunities and affordable housing options in our area. Are you aware of these workforce development issues in our area, and how would you help our businesses address these challenges?
Yes, I am aware of our shortcoming as far as staff is concerned. I think we need to see about recruiting as much as we can within our school systems. It seems like the people in school, or I don't know what it is, I don't know if they're involved in after school activities or what it is, but when I grew up, that's what you did after you got out of high school, or while you were in high school, was after school you'd go to work. So that's a major thing that we need to try to do, is recruit within our schools, I think. As far as the out of high school and vocational things, I would love to see the school set up with vocational training. I think that's very important for our infrastructure, to have people here that can work on boat motors, electricians, carpenters, people that actually have skills coming out of school and can fill those jobs that we need to fill. As far as our housing, that's a bit of a challenge just because of the economics in Orange Beach. It's terribly expensive to live here, and you know, I think that we should probably see about trying to help set up ways for people to, I don't know if there's a way to help set up a way, but work on our low-cost housing, maybe if not necessarily in the city limits, but outside of the city limits where it's not so expensive to work, and allow people to have a way to live close to where they work.
As our local area and economy grows, we need investments to expand and improve existing infrastructure. Such investments include things like better educational facilities, quality health care facilities, continued traffic improvements such as new roads and bridges, expanded access to high-speed internet, and better access to our natural resources and public facilities. What infrastructure issues would you like to address, and would you support continued investments to expand and improve our existing infrastructures?
I don't think we have a choice but to invest in our infrastructure. That's something that I don't know how much the city has actually done that. I know the state has put a lot into it as far as expanding Canal Road out here and making it better to go, but it doesn't seem like there's been a whole lot of other money spent on our infrastructure here in town. I think there's other things that we can do to help with our traffic flow. I've had people calling me up already and saying, hey, I've got great ideas to what we can do to make things run smoother, faster. So there again, the Citizens Advisory Board is very important to me, to actually listen to these people and get some new ideas, some fresh blood going on. As far as the drainage, that's always been a pet peeve of mine ever since I moved down here. That's something I would work on to improve our drainage, and combine that with our golf cart paths that we're looking at. I think all that can be rolled into one, maybe with covered culverts, ditches and all. I think but our infrastructure is the main thing that we need to work on, and listen to the people as far as what their concerns are, and try to make them, give them a voice as to what we can do and what their wants, needs, and desires are.
Large events that are hosted in our area attract hundreds of thousands of visitors and help stimulate our local businesses throughout the year. Such large events have been proven to benefit our local economy, but must also be balanced within the local quality of life issues. Do you have a position on the concerns within our area about hosting such events that attract large crowds to our city, and what might you do to address those citizens' concerns?
That's a good question. I realize that certain events attract certain quality of visitors, I suppose you could say. We depend on those events as far as our hotels, condos, restaurants. They thrive on those events, just like the Hangout Festival in the Gulf Shores. We do need to make sure that we have adequate security for those events. We need to make sure that things don't get out of hand before the event even starts or after the event ends. Make sure that we are, policing with our police force and our citizens to make sure that everybody stays safe. And the probably transportation, we need to make sure that we supply adequate transportation for those events. It would be great if nobody even had to bring a car. If we could actually provide busing back and forth to the condos, or at least Canal Road, to get people back and forth. That's going to eliminate traffic problems. It's going to eliminate DUIs. It's going to eliminate a lot of the problems that come along with those events. So yes, I think that we do need the events, but I think that we need to handle it properly to make sure that we don't have any problems with those events.
What is your position on how the city could balance the desire to encourage economic development with the need to limit certain businesses from operating in the city? And more specifically, do you think the city should have a role in controlling access to available food options, such as allowing food trucks and other food options to operate within the city?
People in Orange Beach would love to have more options for food, especially lunch. Our restaurants are packed to the gills in the evenings. I mean, it's not uncommon for people to have 2.5 hour wait time. So as far as expanding our dining options, I'm all for that. I think the people, especially the tourists, are all for that. Fast food, I think that price of land is cost prohibitive for a lot of these fast food chains to move in here, plus the current demands being made to these businesses for how they're supposed to look, how they're supposed to, taxes is just being very prohibitive and not very cost conscious for places to move in. With that said, food trucks are a great option for the lunch crowd especially. I think that a lot of people we have a couple places at the beach now, and a lot of people go to there and love that. So yeah, if we could expand that a little bit, that would be great. The beach that I was speaking of earlier, the residents beach, I think that we could set up a couple of food trucks there as well, and that would give our residents a good option for not having to go to McDonald's or Dairy Queen, which are basically our two options for fast food here. And that would give them a place to eat, further enjoy the beach as they're there. Plus, I think this public beach would probably be fairly close proximity to the public state park beaches, so that is something you could have the overflow come in there as well. But yeah, I'm not opposed to a food truck as long as it's done right. Quality is good, health inspections are there, and people are able to get a good variety.